I've become something of an expert on face interpretation. If you look at my face up there, a lot of people say I have a very friendly face. Some people think I have the face of a very friendly neighbour. You can imagine me looking over the garden fence, can't you, and saying, "You having a barbecue?"
On the hour.
In motor racing, the cars were truly on form. Formula One style. Mansell closely followed by Prost, followed by Senna, Berger, Piquet. Mansell's held it all the way. It's very difficult to see how he can lose the lead now. Yes, I was right. He's still in the lead. Mansell is in the lead, followed by Senna, Prost, Berger and Piquet. And some others behind them, some foreign but quite good racing drivers following him.
Little pierced my foot on his bike. It rubbed his freaking house like...
The name's Tex.
Text.
No, Tex, like short for Teddy and, you know, like Texas and that.
He likes American stuff.
Oh. Yeah.
Hello, Partridge, you through to the static home? Dan! Sir Dansworth of Moodyshire, as I live and breathe. So how's it hanging? Yes, I dress on the left too. So I just found out my wife's been struck off my life insurance. Spice World. Have you put the corpse under the patio? I expect you get that all the time.
Not really.
What are your 3 rules of life?
Well, I have 3 rules, Ray. 1, have a cup of coffee in the morning. 2, don't trust anyone. And 3, floss.
Shall we have some more from Digital Dave?
Absolutely.
What famous people do you know?
That's a tough one. I'll tell you what, best thing is probably if I looked at my phone and let it speak for itself. Okay, here we go. Ball Johnny, Ball Michael, Ball Zoe, Boycott, G, meant to scrub that actually, Brandreth, Carling, Curry Edwina, Curry Tim, Curry's, Curry Favours, it's a humorously named curry house in Norwich. They're British actually. They put raisins in them. Bloody awful, but they deliver. Alan Partridge from the Oast House.
The podcast you're about to hear is me, Alan Partridge, honouring the promise that I made to myself, that I would present this live coverage of this an historic event come what may in May. Since this is a podcast, I'm unable to bring you pictures. Nor am I permitted to direct you to the footage of the broadcast on iPlayer so that you might marry my words up to the BBC's coverage. I don't have the rights to any of the footage, and it would be irresponsible of me to usher you to the 2-minute 30 seconds mark and tell you to press play in 3, 2, 1.
Alan Partridge, Nomad, by Alan Partridge. Read by Alan Partridge. A few weeks ago, I had a verruca and was in town getting quotes from various chiropodists. I like to play chiropodists off against each other because I believe that my feet deserve the best care at the best possible price. I'll get a quote from 3 of them, then begin the mind games and negotiation that allow me and my feet to achieve a price we're comfortable with. The chiropodists don't like it, but knowing that I could easily opt for an over-the-counter alternative, these days they have little choice but to bend to my will. Jackie and Jackie Tootle. Now, Jackie and Jackie Tootle. A little bit confusing. Presumably, you're Jacqueline and you're Jack.
No, we're actually both christened Jackie.
That's hilarious. Harper Audio presents I, Partridge. We need to talk about Alan. As the months rolled by, keeping my feet on the ground was becoming ever harder. I remember picking up the post from the mat one day and just standing there stunned. I'd opened an innocuous-looking envelope to find, and I'm shaking just to think about it, a Burton's Gold card. the granddaddy of all high street store cards. It not only came with a complimentary shoehorn, but also entitled the bearer to free alterations on every suit purchased. Yet something wasn't adding up. I hadn't even come close to hitting the £500 annual spending threshold required to go gold. And they knew it. I just couldn't get my head around it. It couldn't be real. It was probably just an admin error or a cruel wheeze dreamt up by some of the lads at Radio Norwich. But the more I looked at it, the more I realised it was the real deal.
I'm pleased to say I have with me the winner of the last race. Come here. Come here. Mickey Doolan. Hello, how are you?
I'm very well.
Are you now? Now, how do you feel about the race there? You won that race, the last race. How do you feel about that?
Well, very pleased to have won the race. It was a hard race, won it by a nose at the end, you know, so it's quite
and your mum and dad must be pleased. And what do they think of you doing this? Shouldn't you be at school? Do they not think you're sort of missing out on schoolwork?
Well, I think I'll be a little bit old for that now. I'm 33 years of age,
What?
you know. That's right, I'm 33 years
You're
of age.
33?
That's right. Yeah.
Well, I thought you... I mean, you look about 14.
Well, I'll take that as a compliment, you know.
Are you really 33 years old?
43 years of age, that's right.
Oh my God. Well, all the others, are they sort of 30, I mean, they're not children?
Well, age varies from about, 18 to 42 or maybe a bit older.
But you're
than
so
that.
small.
Well, that's the idea, you know. I mean, if I was any bigger, if it was your size, then I wouldn't have won a race today.
Right, that's why you never see people like Brian Blessed riding horses. No, it makes sense. Right, well, thanks very much for talking to us, Mickey Doolan. Mickey Doolan here at Marple. Ah, raining. Welcome to Alan Partridge's Scissor Dial.
This is an ecstasy pellet. The guys here tell me these change hands for £120 each, although they sold me this one at a mate's rate of just 70. It's chilling to think how easily these can fall into the wrong hands, not to mention a teenage tummy. I'll be disposing of this on my next toilet visit.
Because so-called recreational drugs have blighted the lives of junkie teenagers for years, from Aled Jones to Zammo to my assistant's nephew Tim Benfield. And so dispose of it I did, but not before checking it was legit by nibbling a corner off like television detectives do. And whilst this did give me a mild high during which I felt a bit hot and couldn't stop talking about Lewis Hamilton, it was nothing I couldn't handle, and I've no regrets about nibbling it whatsoever.
Where are we going now?
In actual fact, I enjoyed a perfectly pleasant evening, meeting new friends, chatting amiably, and I was still on the dance floor at 8 o'clock the next morning.
Seven Dials presents Big Beacon, a lighthouse rebuilt, a broadcaster reborn. Families that have been fractured by one brother sexting another brother's fiancé, a gran saying something overtly racist to a grandson's mixed-race girlfriend, or an uncle grabbing a nephew by the collar because he sneered at Brexit, could finally sit down for a roast dinner and say, "Hey, what about that something in the middle campaign?" For the first time I was the face of something, the leader of a people, an iconic figure with an army of acolytes in lockstep behind me. I was like Christ, donkeying through the streets of Galilee. I had heft. We arrive at the meeting room. I enter. I don't know it yet, but I'm walking into an ambush, an HR mugging in which I'll be told I've completed my final television appearance. My last ever episode of award-winning BBC magazine show this time. Footnote, check. I am effectively going to be crucified like, yes, him again, Lord Jesus Christ. Sorry, what's your name?
Thera.
Sarah.
Thera?
Sarah.
Thera.
Okay.
The BBC employs some 20,000 people,
Just write that down.
and not all of them are going to wash their hands.
Right, it is Thera. I thought you had a lisp. Alice Clunt.
Fluck.
Fuck.
Fluck.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Have no fear, little one. I am here to protect thee.
If you'd knocked on my door at Halloween, I would have fouled my unders. Yes, yeah, and then given you some sweets. A simple stream in North Walsham, Norfolk. But 6 centuries ago, this stream would have flowed with the blood and entrails of fallen men. We've been fighting. And I was the winner. Jenny. I'm happy. I like to leap in the air and sing, whoa, body form. That's, ha-ha. Aha, there's no H. Ah, that good in the H again. H.
And I've not actually said aha for years.
That was his gift, you see.
Cheers. This is Norfolk. It's been my home for the best part and best parts. To the untrained eye, the people of Norwich can seem a little aimless, but beneath the surface, the city is teeming with clubs and societies. I belong to one. If you think I play bridge with local widows, get ready to be shocked. I ski. And if you think living in England's flattest county is going to stop me, you're just bloody wrong. Did you get that? Alan attack. Like the Cook reports, but with a more slapstick approach. Arm wrestling with Chaz and Dave.
I don't think so.
Pity, because they were very keen on that one. Jets from Gladiators to host a Millennium Barn Dance at Yeovil Aerodrome. Properly policed, it must not, repeat not, turn into an all-night rave. Yes, it's an extender.
Yeah.
They've rebadged it, you fool. Monkey tennis?
Go see my brother.
No way, you big spastic, you're a mentalist!
You've been away too long. Alan, I want you back on the telly.
Jurassic Park.
What mad you are?
Oh, no, I am a bit mad. Ah! If you see a lovely field with a family having a picnic and there's a nice pond in it, you fill in the pond with concrete, you plough the family into the field, you blow up the tree and use the leaves to make a dress for your wife, who's also your brother.
Alan.
I'm confused. Ooh, I'd love to have it off with her. There's more to Ireland than this. Take a pinch of white man, wrap him up in black skin. What's the next bit?
Add a dash of blue blood.
Add a dash of blue blood.
And a little bit red Indian boy.
And something else in Geordie. Smell the cheese.
No, I don't want to smell it.
Smell my cheese.
Alan, please.
Smell my cheese, you mother!
Knowing me, knowing you.
Aha! My first guest was born within the sound of Bow Bells. He is a Cockney man. 30 years ago, he crawled out of the maggot-ridden cesspit that is the East End of London to become Britain's most colourful boxing and entertainments promoter. He spends all day on the dog and bone phone. He's about to come down these apples and pears stairs. I'm sure we're going to have a great bowler hat chat. So please welcome a very special antique Edwardian tea chest guest. That last one was mine.
When the Director General of the BBC...
Up yours! Up yours! Kiss my arse!
I kissed you.
Why did you invite me on your show?
I thought you were sexy. I don't now. You're a bloke. Have I got man to knock your block off? You've got a big problem. If you've got any sense of dignity, this is... Well, your act is really poor. If you've got any sense of dignity, you'll leave the stage. I'll make sure you get a round of applause. Now, come on, quick while you're ahead. Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Joe Beasley and Tiki Monkey.
I'm going to make sure you never
work on television again.
Please don't take my chat away from me. Is there anything I can say or do that will make you change your mind?
No.
Oh! Do you want some, eh? I'm hungry! I'm hungry!
Knowing me, knowing you.
She is the Ford Escort Cabriolet of middle-aged women. Sleek, petite, a little bit racy.
0% finance available.
It doesn't even make sense. But it's still funny, still surreally funny. Seconds later, carnage. Oddie is like a bearded Catherine wheel scything through the crowd. This wine tastes of Chewits. You're a complete cunm.
Well, I think you're a prick.
Wait, Samantha, I'm sure your arms are absolutely fine. She's got an attachment here. So, oh my God, they are vast. To recap, key strength, courage, weakness, too kind, funny, YouTube, sneezing panda, enjoyed chat. I enjoyed chatting to you too, thanks Alan. And tell Chegwin I'll pay for the dry cleaning, but he should count himself something else. And the words of Freddie Flintstone, today's show is going to be yabba dabba doo. Huh? Oh, sorry, I did Jimmy Savile there.
Sir.
Yes, no, of course, yeah, absolutely. Sir Jimmy Savile, the disgraced knight of the realm. Time for some music. This band is the words I said to my girlfriend last week on her birthday. UB40 for...
A barrel of tears is good for nothing.
Yeah, well, it's just a bucket of brine, isn't it? Let's do slap hands. And then one down here. And then that one. Outstanding. This is Toto.